and welcome to another episode of Story Hackers, where we hack into a book and discover all the fun things you can do at the library. I'm Joanna Fabicon, a librarian here at the Central Library in downtown Los Angeles. Riding in an elevator can be the start of something exciting. I've been in this elevator countless times, and it's always an adventure. Because when I get out, I am steps away from thousands of books. Today, we're hacking into Lift by Minh Lee. In this book, Iris really loves pressing the elevator buttons in her building. When her little brother presses the buttons instead, Iris feels betrayed. To cope, she finds an old elevator button in the trash and tapes it to the wall next to her closet. When she presses it, she magically goes on adventures. Hey, do you see this button too? I wonder what will happen if I press it. Whoa! Where am I?
Oh, hey, Joanna.
Antonio, I'm so glad to see you. That must mean I'm at the Hyde Park branch.
You are. But how did you get here?
Well, I saw that button and I pressed it, and now I think I'm on a bit of an adventure.
Did you just say adventure? I love going on adventures. In fact, I have the perfect book to share with you. Two at the Top by Uma Krishnaswamy tells the story of two real people who come from very different parts of the world, Nepal and New Zealand, but came together to realize their dream of climbing Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the whole world. You can learn about Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary, first people to successfully climb Mount Everest way back in 1953.
Oh, that's similar to today's story. Iris and her little brother go on an elevator and explore. They definitely share the same mountaineering spirit as Norgay and Hillary. What is that?
I think that astronaut is headed towards the space exploration section. Let's go.
I can't believe we have an astronaut visiting the library. Can we help you find a book?
Oh, hey, I'm just here checking out one of my favorite books, Astronaut, Aquanaut by Jennifer Swanson.
Now, I know an astronaut is someone who goes and explores outer space, but I've never heard of an aquanaut before. What's that?
It's like an astronaut, but in the ocean. This book shows us how space and the deep ocean are alike, and how the study of space and the deep sea has grown throughout history. You also learn about equipment and scientific studies, what scientists do, how far we've come in space and ocean exploration, and where we're heading.
Wow, I don't know what's a bigger adventure, exploring outer space or exploring the bottom of the ocean. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Thanks for having me. It was great to meet you.
Bye.
See you later.
I bet Iris would really love this book. In Lift, she gets to visit a space station in her imagination.
What's that? Sounds like thunder coming from the biography section. Let's go check it out.
The thunder is coming from this book.
It's Mary Who Wrote Frankenstein by Linda Bailey. I read that one. It's about Mary Shelley, who created a monster.
A monster?
Yes, the monster we see in books and movies first appeared in this novel that she wrote way back in the 1800s. She and her husband, who was a poet, were staying in a creepy old castle with some friends, trading scary stories. But Mary couldn't think of a story that night, but she thought and thought about it and eventually wrote Frankenstein. In this book, we learn about how she was sad and sometimes mad as a child, but she discovered she had a great imagination and created a classic novel that lives on 200 years later.
You know, in Lift, Iris is also sad and a little mad, but she used her imagination to cheer herself up. Isn't it amazing how many adventures you can get into just by reading books? Thanks, Antonio. I think it's time for me to go set off on another adventure on my own. Maybe I'll find my way back to my own library. button. Should I press it? Where am I now? Bella!
Hello, Joanna. Welcome.
Well, you're here. That must mean I'm at the Venice branch. What a journey.
Sounds like you've been having quite the adventure today. Do you know something that would help with your travels? We're actually making one right now. It's called a map. A map presents information about the world in a simple visual way. It can show us the distances between locations and the size of countries and cities and so much more interesting information. Would you like to make one today?
Yes, I would like to make one of the area around Central Library where I started this whole adventure.
Great. All right, let's get started. So what we'll need to make our map is a satellite image of your area of interest. In this case, we have Central Library right here. We'll need watercolor paints, watercolor brushes, masking tape, a ballpoint pen, soft pastels, a piece of black paper, and just to give us a soft surface for our tracing, something like a newspaper.
Let's go make a map!
First, we'll take our satellite image of our area of interest and we're gonna tape it to a piece of black paper. There we go. We'll put it on top of the newspaper to give it a soft surface. Next, we're gonna trace out important landmarks. So that means streets, maybe if there's a river or some kind of waterway in your map, as well as any interesting roads or freeways. You're gonna do it hard on the paper, but not hard enough to actually break the paper. We wanna create an indent on the black paper underneath. Great. We've now traced some roadways, a freeway right over here, and of course, Central Library. So once you've traced your areas of interest, we're going to remove our map from the black paper, like so, and we're going to now put our black piece of paper on a hard surface, because now we're going to do a really fun part, which is trace the indents that we just made on the paper. So you're going to grab your white pastel, like so, and you're just going to, oh my gosh, rub it over the paper. And your lines, the indents you made from the roads, should pop out. There we go. And look, there's Central Library. So next, we're going to color over it with watercolor.
Such a fun way to keep track of all the places that I've been to. Thank you, Bella, for teaching me how to create my own map.
You're very welcome. Happy travels, Joanna.
All right, I'm going to focus on Central Library, and hopefully the next time I push the button, that's where I'll go. Wish me luck. I made it back. Now, I can turn on this laptop and tell you about a couple of resources you can access with your Los Angeles Public Library card. The story in Lyft is told in comic format, like a graphic novel. The library has a database of thousands of comics, graphic novels, and manga that you can access on a phone, tablet, or computer. It's called Comics Plus. There are no wait lists for any of the books, and you can read them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Comics Plus can be found on the library's website, lepl.org/comics-plus. Don't forget, you'll need a library card to log in. The Los Angeles Public Library has another resource that can lead to more adventures in the comfort of your own home. It's a service called Book Bundles to Go. Each book bundle consists of 5 books based on interest level, theme, or type of book. You can also select an option to let the library surprise you. Each book bundle is different. Library staff will choose interesting books just for you. Discover new favorites and perhaps revisit old friends. You can use this service by visiting lapl.org/bookbundles. Iris and her brother go on adventures through the elevator and never know where they end up. Let Book Bundles to Go take you on an adventure through a selection of books, and you might be surprised to find where they'll take you. Well, I certainly had an adventure today, but I'm even more excited about the adventures I'll have whenever I open a book. A good story, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, sparks our imagination, makes us curious to learn new things, and lifts us up whenever we're feeling down. Until next time, happy reading.
Hello, I'm John Zabo, the City Librarian for the Los Angeles Public Library, and I hope you enjoyed watching today's episode and learned something exciting and new. The Los Angeles Public Library is here to support your family, and our fabulous staff is always ready and eager to help you develop a lifelong love of learning. So keep reading, and make sure to catch our next episode on KLCS.